Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new episode of Africa Today, where we get you the latest news and events taking place on the African scene. And we will start off with our major top stories and reports. Iron Baby, fresh from setting a new log lift record in Scotland, 229 kilos, received a hero's welcome as he returned home to the west of the African state of Burkina Faso. More details in this report.
Members of the National Union of Stallion supporters and many other fans of the strongest man in the world, wearing T-shirts with words of recognition for his achievements, have made a point of welcoming the hero, the same one who has just raised the national colours in Scotland, especially in Glasgow. Trumpets, big drums, songs, etc. All the arsenal of joy was put to contribution to celebrate the return of the record man of the log fit at home. It is an electric atmosphere that reigned at the reception of the native of Bobo Dioulasso, thus testifying all the recognition of the nation to his son. Face crossed by a big smile, trophy in hand, and by his side the Burkinabe minister in charge of sports, Dominique Nana, Iron Baby said he was touched by the warm welcome that the public gave him and thus expressed his gratitude. He said that after the departure of his father, he wanted to honor him and honor Burkina Faso. It still hurted, but he did his best to continue to honor him. Since 2018, he was looking to beat his record, and now it was done. And he will do his best to put this record at another level to make it even more difficult to beat. He also thanked the Minister Dominique Nana for his support and his multiple messages of encouragement. Dominique Nana also praised the merits of a courageous and patriotic man who was the pride of Burkina Faso beyond the national borders. Sheikh Ahmed Al Hassan Sano, known as Iron Baby, has also received the congratulations of the President of Burkina Faso, Rochmark Christian Kabore.
Welcome back, and still with our special reports. The UN said on Tuesday that heavy flooding has affected and displaced about 426,000 people in South Sudan. This includes 185,000 children, as overflowing rivers deluged homes and farms in the impoverished country. Emergency workers have used canoes and boats to reach people out of the deluge. Of the United Nations Office of Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said in a briefing note warning that more heavy rains and flooding were expected in the coming months. Let's go to see more in this report.
The United Nations said that nearly 500,000 people have been affected by flash flooding in 6 regional states in South Sudan. The 6 most affected areas are Jonglei, in eastern part of the country, western Equatoria, northern Bahr el-Ghazal, and 2 oil-rich producing states of Unity and Upper Nile in the northern part of the country. The United Nations said that the floods have made communities more vulnerable, with many displaced people seeking refuge in churches and schools. It added that the affected people need emergency shelter, health and food supplies, among other items. Early seasonal rains that have caused an overflow of the River Nile are being blamed for flooding vast areas of land and settlements. More heavy rains and flooding are forecast in the coming months.
Welcome back, and still with our special reports. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi witnessed on Tuesday the inauguration of several national development projects in the Sinai Peninsula, including the Ahmed Hamdi Tunnel 2, which connects Africa to Asia. The tunnel is another connection between Cairo and the Suez Canal area. It is one of the series of tunnels that were established along the Suez Canal in the governorates of Ismailia and Suez at a total cost of 5 billion Egyptian pounds. Here is the story.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi witnessed on Tuesday the inauguration of a number of national projects for the development of the Sinai Peninsula, including the key Ahmed Hamdi 2 tunnel, which connects Africa to Asia. The event was attended by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and several state ministers, including Defense Minister Mohammed Zaki, along with the head of the Suez Canal Authority, Osama Rabia. The inaugurated projects in the peninsula include the St. Catherine Hospital, Al Ruwayisat Medical Center, and other healthcare facilities. The Ahmed Hamdi 2 tunnel is the fifth tunnel built in the last 2 years to connect Sinai to the mainland and Africa to Asia. In 2019, President Sisi inaugurated 4 tunnels linking Sinai to the mainland, 2 in Ismailia and 2 in Port Said. The new tunnel is expected to double investments and job opportunities in Sinai. The inauguration ceremony also witnessed the opening of 35 new roads in Sinai, with head of the Armed Forces Engineering Authority Major General Ihab al-Far saying that another 16 roads are under construction within the Sinai Development Project. President Sisi noted that by the end of the year, the country will inaugurate 3 roads spanning more than 1,000 kilometers that will cut through agricultural land in Al-Farafra, Toshka, and Sharq al-Uwaynat.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and we're joined over the phone by Dr. Mohammed Fahmy, Professor of Economics. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Well, sir, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi inaugurated yesterday the Ahmed Hamdi second tunnel, which comes among a set of 5 tunnels in the northeastern city of Suez. Why is it important to have the second tunnel, and how does it contribute to the development of Sinai, in your opinion?
Well, it's very important. You know, for a very long time, the Ahmed Hamdi Tunnel, the first one, which was actually founded after the end of the October War, was the only passage between mainland Egypt and Sinai. And it wasn't until decades later that we had the second passage, which was the Peace Bridge, which also links northern Sinai to mainland Egypt. Now having a third pathway in a series of several ones to come is very important, because, you know, we've all experienced really the crowdedness and the traffic that's usually when there's high, level of transport during the seasons, that there's a lot of blockage in this passage. So it's very important to have several ones to ease the pressure on the old Ahmed Hamdi Tunnel, and also to facilitate the movement of people and goods and services between the two sides. So it's definitely very important.
Yes. Sir, how would the new tunnels being constructed in Sinai make the movement of people and goods better and to connect the peninsula with the mainland?
Well, I mean, it does that, as we just mentioned, in many ways, because it eases the pressure on the existing pathways. It adds more options. I mean, we're talking here about several economic sectors that will be positively affected, like tourism, for instance, again, facilitating and reducing the time of commute between the two sides, and also of goods and services. This new bridge is also bigger than the old one in terms of its capacity.
Yes. Sir, how do you weigh the efforts of the government in developing Sinai, and what is still lacking? What do the residents of Sinai still need, in your opinion?
Need to be as
Right. Well, I think we're having a problem with the connection. Well, dear viewers, I think we lost our contact over the phone. Thank you very much for joining us. And I would like to thank you, sir, for joining us. With this, we come to the end of this edition of Africa Today. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.